wooden bow, to me, is the spirit of archery. This is what archery has always been. The wooden bow has been with us for thousands of years. It's no doubt that when you hunt with a primitive weapon, you also have to learn like the art of woodsmanship, because there's no way that you can shoot an animal from so far away with these. You see these people online now that are taking, 60, 70, 80-yard shots on animals, and that's just a non-option with these. So you have to be able to get close to animals, and when you're hunting with a primitive bow, that happens often. And the first animal I killed with entirely handcrafted equipment of my own making was a white-tailed doe. And it was early in the season, and it was still fairly warm out. I was just out in a light flannel shirt, which is what I like to hunt in, sitting on the ground, which is also my preferred method. I was in the Marine Corps as a motor transport operator and a vehicle recovery operator with 1st Marine Regiment, and after I got home from the military, I was looking for sort of an artistic, therapeutic release of stress, and so I started making longbows. And so started with board bows. That's a great way for beginners to learn sort of the tillering process in creating bows, and then I began to use raw staves from live trees and started working with the local hardwoods here in southeast Nebraska, mostly Osage Orange and Hackberry. I decided I would quit my job and started organic archery, and I've been doing this full time now since 2018. Each tree is unique, and each one has its own challenges and character. Some trees have very snaky grain that moves side to side. Some trees will have large knots, and the grain in a tree flows a lot like a river, so it will move around obstacles. And it'll go side to side if it needs to get around branches, and you have to follow that grain faithfully. If you violate the grain in any way, you'll create what's called grain runout, and then the bow will break. So that's why you see bows that often look very snaky or that have abnormalities in them. People will often ask, does that affect the longevity of the bow? And it's actually the opposite. If you fail to follow the grain and create that snaky natural profile, then you'll violate the grain and affect the longevity of the weapon. Tillering, in a nutshell, is the careful and systematic removal of wood, taking wood away from the strong areas and leaving wood on the weak areas until you create a beautiful even arc. So you're paying attention to how the bow bends, and you're using a tillering tree to do this, which is just a device with a pulley and a backstop so that you can kind of step back, exercise the bow with the pulley and the rope and see how it's bending. And then you're paying attention to creating a beautiful even arc and also hitting your target draw weight. After you've got it fully tillered out, you want to take it outside, test shoot it, make a proper bowstring. The bowstrings that I choose to make are the double loop Flemish twist. So first things we're looking for when we shoot it is, does it feel powerful? Because you will be able to tell right away whether or not you've crafted a bow that has a flat, powerful, like laser-like trajectory at say 20 to 25 yards, and if it's hitting the target with a loud thwack, and it has good cast, then you probably have a hunt-worthy weapon. After you shoot it, figure out whether it's smooth, whether it's fast. You take it inside and then begin the finishing process, where you'll sand the bow down entirely, polish them up with steel wool, get them looking really nice, and then seal them with 6 coats of a penetrating oil and 1 coat of a beeswax and tallow mixture. And then they are ready to hunt. I've been on hunts with my friends who have purchased bows from me in the past, and I've been on a hunt where one of my good friends successfully took a big bull elk with a 50-pound self bow. And then I've got customers on occasion that will send me pictures of wild boars, deer, wild goats. So there are definitely people out there putting these to good use. And I like that. I like that people are taking these out and actually hunting with them, because that's what they're built for. So nothing makes me happier than receiving a success story from a customer who took their longbow out and took a big game animal with it.